Alright, as promised, a second review of the Council Tool 5-pound splitting axe that I acquired from Whiskey River Art and, well, whatever, I forgot that. Whiskey River Art and Trade. Whiskey River Art and Trading Company, that's it. Okay. I have, did the first video of this thing where I hadn't used it, split some wood for the first time. All right, I have used it a lot. I've used it on every kind of wood I've got left out here. I have beat it all to hell. I've hurt the handle a little bit, still very solid. I may wrap that to fix that, but and so I said I was going to split some oak with it, and I'm going to. I'm also going to split a little small diameter walnut, maybe a couple pieces of beech, and I've got two types of red oak. This block here is a piece of urban grown, I want to say pin oak. It could be northern red oak. It could be southern red oak. I can't really tell. When they're grown in town, the ID factors are a little bit different, but it is 100% red oak. It should split similar to all other oak, but when you have some big growth rings like this and some big knots like some of these pieces have, sometimes it's a little hairy. So we shall see. I'm going to start with the walnut because it's the easiest. Show you how little problem it has with that. Super easy. And I'm not swinging, I'm just letting the axe fall. I'm going to try to flick this one. This walnut had a big rotten spot. Look, it's ebonized looking. It's just crazy. It's these cracks that it had going down to this big hollow in the tree. And this wouldn't be. This is only good for firewood. I know it's really pretty, but these radial cracks, any kind of a wood project. I mean, look, that's split two different ways because they're already broken from the stress of the hollow that this tree had in it. Not that I've got to justify splitting walnut into firewood, but in case anybody cares. Okay, super easy. I have really enjoyed using this axe. I do feel like it's a work tool. It doesn't feel like it's so nice that I need to oil it up after each use. Here's a piece of beech, small diameter beech, no big deal. I do feel like if I split wood on the ground with it and I hit the ground, and this is not, for me, I'm not going to use this as any kind of a chopping wood axe or felling axe or limbing axe. It's just a splitting axe, and I may, like I said in the first video, modify it some. No big deal with the beech. Now I'm going to do a piece of, my neighbor had a northern red oak fall across their driveway. They were trapped, so I cut it up for them, and I was able to bring a trailer load home. So this is forest grown northern red oak. This tree had two limbs that were that big around, and the trunk was twice as big. It was a really, really, really big one. I haven't even gotten to that part yet. In fact, I just cut the pieces of one of the tertiary canopy limbs, and that's what this stuff is, just to get it out of the way. But this stuff splits like a dream. Now this is very wet springtime. Sap is rising, has risen all the way up. This is going to be 2026 wood for sure. No way this stuff will be seasoned. I mean, it's just wet to the touch. But man, it splits good. Just a joy to split, no matter how big it is. If it's got crotches in it, knots, it just doesn't matter. The split's great. Okay. Now this is the original wood I wanted to try this axe out on. And I just wanted to have a few pieces there to demonstrate different woods. Let's see how it does on this. These are cut shorter than I normally cut them. I usually cut around 14 to 18 inches. This one looks like it's about 10 and a half, 12, something like that. There may be some knots. I don't know. On a piece of northern red oak out of the woods, I would walk right across it. So I'm going to try that and see. I may end up having to chip off the side. Ooh. Got a little something that last one, but those first three, nothing. All right. I think I was just off a little bit. This is encouraging. I split some of this in my tree trimming video. It's kind of tough. This feels like it's going to go nicely. You got to pay attention to the pith with oak. This shot right here was going from the out of the tree to here. Here's the pith. This shot was aimed right at it. That's your Alamo, is that pith every time with oak. And I know this isn't going to fly apart, so I'm going to come out here in this sapwood because it's a little bit more stringy than that heartwood. Pretty good thumps. This axe can stick a little bit. And it's definitely takes getting used to over some other axes that I've got, mauls. But I think it's a pretty good tool, especially for the price point. Love the handle, that's for sure. All right, I got her kind of opened up. Pretty good flicker too. I'm not the biggest flick guy, but because it's got all this pole weight, it does kind of slap back and forth pretty good. I don't flick all that much because it really only works if you're splitting on the ground. You can if you're using a block, but you kind of sometimes will flick the wood off the block. on the ground. It doesn't matter because it's already on the ground. So, all in all, it's a pretty good tool. I feel like I'm probably gonna try and grind on it here and there on some spots, but and I'm not gonna worry about if I hit a rock or ding the handle. It's not because I don't value the tool or anything. It just feels like a tool you can kind of beat on a little bit, and it can take it, and yeah, no big deal. Stringy yoke. Stringy yoke. I am being a tad reserved because this is on the ground, and while I just talked about if this thing gets dinged up, I'm not that worried about it. I'm not gonna just totally disregard that potential and treat it like it's garbage. So this is taking a little bit longer. It's okay. Sun's going down. Time to stop anyway. Bundle right here. This is the pith. All that stuff's coming together. Okay, Whiskey River Art and Trading Company was my retailer. Council tool, 5-pound splitting axe. You'll probably see it some more in some other videos. I got a bunch of wood I got to cut coming up. I got neighbors all over the place who are asking me when I'm going to come cut that tree. I said, save for me. So we'll see you then.